Hi, and welcome to Congo Hour. Tonight you have two very special hosts and a few very special guests. Hi, Dad.
Hello, Kim.
We don't get to be on together often, so I'm going to take advantage of my time here tonight with my dad. We're going to start tonight with the American Cancer Society. They have an upcoming event, and we have two lovely ladies, Miss Elisa and Miss Joy. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're delighted to help you talk about your upcoming event and how people can participate.
Well, the actual event is called Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, and it's in October 12th. But what Joy and I do is we're on a committee for kickoff events to kind of encourage people to come out and register in advance of the October walk. And we have a community event this Thursday at the Brandywine Zoo at 6 o'clock. It's free for all. Bring your friends, family, neighbors, kids. Come out at 6 and walk, enjoy the zoo, have some snacks, and then we'll be talking about our event in October, giving you any information you need, and we can get you to register.
Well, that sounds fun, and I apologize. This is Miss Elisa, and this is Miss Joy, so you guys can introduce yourselves as well.
Thank you. Well, I'm Joy Burke. I've been a volunteer with breast cancer for, well, I don't know now, about 10 years, and I do different things. I assist Elisa on this committee for kickoffs and fundraising. I've done things like get packages together, mailing, bulk mailing, answer phones, did data entry, whatever they need to, keep the ball rolling and get the word out about breast cancer. Right now, I believe the American Cancer Society invests more in the research for breast cancer than any other type of cancer. So these enhancers or these fundraisers we have leading up to our walk in October, this money goes for research and some of the local programs that we have to help women and, well, to help anyone with breast cancer. And it's programs like free rides back and forth to their appointments if they need it. They have access to a dietitian, the patient and the caregivers. If they need to go down Baltimore to Hope Lodge and stay, that's free. There's all types of programs where we use this money locally, so we want more people to come out and organize, get a team together, and at the zoo we'll have kits ready for people that want to sign up and start a team.
Okay.
And we'd love to have a Congo team.
Oh.
Yeah, if we can get a Congo team, that would be great.
All right.
Yeah.
You need at least 3, and we'll call you a team, but I mean, many, many more can be on your team. Every year we do get more teams. I think last year we had about 6,000 walkers, 5,000 walkers.
Huge walk.
Wow, that's so
We
Yeah.
have
much.
it at the
so-
riverfront.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, suppose someone wants to find out, how do they contact you?
Well, you can go to makingstrideswalk.org and then just go to the Wilmington page. And then, obviously, we have our event this Thursday at the zoo. You can go to the American Cancer Society website as well.
And for people without computers, is there a phone number locally that they can call?
There's actually an 800 number, actually. I have that.
Here it is.
It's 1-800-227-2345 if you want to get more information on Making Strides or the American Cancer Society in general. Also did want to make a mention of our corporate event. So we work on this community event on Thursday, and then we do a corporate event for all the corporate teams that come out for us. And we have to thank Diver Chevrolet because for 2 years they've let us host their event at their showroom on Pennsylvania Avenue in Wilmington. And it's just been, we depend on that generosity from these corporations, and it's been huge for us. So we want to thank them for that. And just hope we can get more people out on October 12th. Saturday is the actual Making Strides walk. And we also have a run too. You can register in advance or you can register day of. It's less expensive if you register in advance, $25 and 35 day of.
Okay.
We want to point out that this is the first year we've had it on a Saturday. It's always been a Sunday, but we think we're going to get more people out on a Saturday. So, like I say, we're hoping to get a Congo team out this year, and so come out and get a kit.
That's it.
And
Dad, you have to take the kids to the zoo on Thursday. That'll be a great opportunity.
Yes.
Take the grandkids out to the zoo, right?
Right, have an early dinner, come out to the zoo. They're not usually open at night, so it's kind of a special treat for the kids to walk around. And like I said, we had a face painter, popcorn, cotton candy, lots of fun stuff, free. Come on out, get your kit, sign up, and then hopefully you'll come out again in October. It's always gorgeous, you know, for that October walk for a fall day.
Okay.
And I think this Thursday night will be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'd be a little nervous to take them to the zoo, though.
Why?
They probably keep most of them.
I knew he was going to talk about my babies.
So we should probably, you know, keep them in the car. Somebody catch them. I think it's great. I've been involved with the American cancer for over 50 years.
Oh, good.
You know, there was a beautiful, wonderful lady. I don't know if you know of her or not. Her name was Brenda Phillips, and Brenda was a staff person over 45 years ago, and I was working at the YMCA at that time.
Oh, really?
So she came by to get us involved in the cancer program, and I guess the Congo group has been involved ever since.
Oh, okay. Good.
So,
Good.
That's been quite a while ago, but we knew even back then that cancer prevention was very necessary, and that you know, getting the test and doing what needs to be done if you really want to, you know, because we are all susceptible to it.
Right, it's raising that awareness. That is one of our big.
Yes, the awareness is so important. Well, Kim.
Well, we would like to thank you, and we encourage everybody to come out on Thursday and have some fun. I just like to admire, I want to give a big applause to Miss Joy. She seems like the perfect volunteer. Did you notice she said she does everything? And she made a great list of all of the wonderful things that she did, and it went from data entry to filling packets to, like, you know, just the perfect volunteer.
We also need volunteers.
Oh, okay. That's why I thought, I was like, hey,
so
maybe.
On her way out, you can get her address.
Okay.
We'll keep her very busy.
Yes, but it's nice to see people like yourself who are dedicated to a program and to the cause.
Yeah, we even have youth that come out and do volunteer work for us, so it's just a big thing in everybody's heart. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know, because you know there are a lot of high schoolers out there looking for those volunteer hours. Here's your perfect opportunity.
Right.
Come on in, contact the American Cancer Society. Making Strides Walk. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll be right back with more guests.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And Dad, you got pen and paper ready?
Already.
All right, because you got to get an autograph. We have a bronze medal Olympic winner.
World champion.
World champion. All right. Welcome to Mr. Adams.
Thank you.
Hello. Tell us about yourself. Welcome to the Congo Hour.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Basically, my name is Dwayne Adams. My story basically starts in 1998, where I was an innocent shooting victim. So I was sitting on my mother's steps in North Philadelphia. I took a stray bullet in the left eye. The bullet went across my face, and right now it lies behind my right eye. So I have partial sight in the right eye, a prosthetic in the left eye, no sense of smell. Spent a month in the hospital. Got out the hospital and doing rehab, someone introduced the sport of rowing to me. So I went down to the boathouse, got in a boat, rowed about a mile, told my mother, I love this, I want to keep doing it. So 9 months later, I was in my first race, lost by 3 seconds, took second place. And after that, it was the drive to continue to get better in this particular sport, which is, you know, predominantly a white sport. So over the years, I've gotten better, won over 30, 40 races. I had the opportunity to try for the U.S. National Adaptive Rowing Team. Made the team in 2002, went over to Seville, Spain with my teammates, and we came back with a bronze medal. I went on to represent 2 years after that, and after I returned in 2005, it was a story on the news that really struck my heart about inner city kids that got killed playing in a lot, had nothing else to do, locked themselves in the trunk, and dying.
Oh, goodness.
So right then and there, what could I do? And I started the program, and the name came to me, Breaking Barriers, and that's how the program started.
All right. That's amazing.
So you're going to bring that program to Wilmington.
The program is here because I'm here. The program is here. No, I really want to bring the program here. I think there's a lot of benefits to it. What I've learned over the years, and Breaking Barriers is 8 years old as of July the 19th. You can't just take inner city kids and put them in a boat and have them row. You can do that, but one of the problems we have is they do fight among each other. They don't have discipline. They're not respectful. There's no team concept with them. And the biggest thing, obesity and diabetes. Now, I'm not saying Breaking Barriers is the cure to this, but we can put a big notch in there, because what I've done is I set up an indoor workout facility where the kids can come year round. And once you enter that door, you have to go by Breaking Barriers rule. So no drugs, no smoking, no profanity, no soda drinking. We slowly talk nutrition to you, so hopefully you can come over to nutrition, stop eating the junk food, and then you're learning the sport of rowing. In the meantime, I'm teaching you training. So instead of using weight benches and ellipticals, I use naturally my rowing machine, spin bikes, but then I use non-traditional training, which I call BB Fit. So I have a giant truck tire that the kids actually flip, something called battle ropes, plyo boxes where they jump up and down on it, and then you're using their own body weights to do different type of exercises. These kids are having fun, but they're getting in shape, they're respectful, disciplined, eating better, that means they sleep better, that means study habits are better, they graduate. That's my goal. Once they graduate, I pray that they can get to that secondary school, and if you're a minority and you're a rower and your grades is good, scholarships.
I'm very impressed.
How do we help, and how can Wilmington help?
Wilmington can help is talk to me more. I mean, what I'm saying today is a big help. It can do a lot of things to a lot of people that's interested. Single parents, kids with two parents, kids foster home, whatever it might be. I can take them all, but I need a building. You need a facility to work them out of. That's number one. Number two is I work with a program already established in Wilmington called WIRA. They're right here at the 500 block of Front Street. They've been there since 1989, and their main thing is get inner city youth on the river in competition. And the executive director, Ms. Pizer, she said, please come to Wilmington, Dwayne. We can work together. You can get them in the indoors, train them, and teach them the initial part. We could take the other half. But a lot of kids might not want to continue to row. But what I do will train any kid in any sport, but give them those other key things they need out here in the streets.
Now, there's a myth about our swimming skills. Getting us out on the water is another challenge. Wouldn't that be? If you can't swim, would you want to go rowing?
Well, that is a challenge, and if you look at the statistics behind rowing, African American boys and girls do not like to swim. But what you do is you slowly get them into it. You slowly teach them. Once they're being taught, it's not a problem. You hear a lot of kids going these little creeks and the water's kind of rapid and they drown. They can swim in that water if they knew how to swim. Survival techniques, they just don't know. So we will teach them to swim. That way we can get them in the boat. Because in our boat, there's no life jackets. It takes away, your flexibility to row the boat. So we teach them to swim. So now you're looking at the kids who now learn to swim. They might not want to row. They might want to be swimmers. You can go to college for that. You still have the same team concept, the same discipline. So it works out. The name is Breaking Barriers. That's what I'm here to do. So all the myths and everything else, that's what I'm trying to do here.
Well, I was a swim team guy.
Okay.
So I got a scholarship for swimming.
See?
And so I can appreciate the whole scholarship deal, because it was very helpful to me when I was in school. But you probably need to come back again and help us to understand what we can do to make this program of yours work. Is it working now, or do you need support?
It is working, but it's not working in Wilmington because I just came to Wilmington. I'm a new resident of Wilmington since April of this year.
Okay.
But I've been reaching out to a lot of people. I'm honored that y'all invited me here today to start to put the word out. But basically, to make this work here, you need a building for the workout facility. You definitely need funding to make everything keep moving. But I think one of the key things is the education part. We need to let the parents, the churches, the schools, let them know who I am. I'm a man of color who was an innocent bystander and life could have been taken. The Lord spared my life. I'm here for a reason. There's not too many people get shot in the head and 15 years later able to talk about good things. I have awards from the NAACP. I have awards from Humanitarian of the Year from the Masons. I'm not a Mason. I have rowing awards from around the country, around the state. I have a lot of things to offer youth. Parents, I need to educate them. So the education part is probably the most important thing is because these parents don't know. If my kid rows, that's a scholarship. Don't think you're gonna give your kid a basketball and think he's gonna make the NBA. I tell the kids that come to my program, it's not gonna happen. I'm not downing you, it's not gonna happen. But more likely, I can get you a scholarship for rowing. And when you go to that basketball coach or football coach and say, I'm a rower, he's gonna try you out because he knows you're probably the top athlete out there. So that's what we wanna do, those things there. Education, building, funding, that the world know in Wilmington who Dwayne Adams is and what Breaking Barriers is.
All right, now I have an 11-year-old and her school said that they think she would be a good rower. Did you know that? They said Chase should row. So she's strong and tall, and she's 11 and about 5'6" or 5'7".
I love to take her. I'm not saying that because that's your daughter, but I don't want to turn out any kids. I was told a long time ago, you can't save them all. But you educate them, you can save a lot of them, and you can direct them a certain way.
Sounds great. So now, for people who want to help you out, if you want to sponsor, how should they contact you?
Right now, they can call me at 267-270-2769.
Okay. And that's Dwayne Adams with Breaking Barriers.
Breaking Barriers.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for coming on. As Daddy said, we're going to have you again because we want to be able to give you some more support and just kind of come together and find out what we can do to get you started and get this program running here in Wilmington.
We have a lot of resources. We just don't have any money. That's
So we know a lot of people. So we're going to do our best to help you. We thank you so much for coming to Wilmington, for bringing the program, and congratulations on all that you do.
Thank you so much for having me.
Could you leave a card so that do you have a card?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
yes,
so we can be sure we stay in touch.
All right, I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you. All righty. We'll be right back.
Hallelujah. See, some of y'all aren't ready for it, but how many know you're going to get your blessing from the Lord right now? How many of y'all feel that you're going to get the blessing? Come on, come on. Well, leave your seat tonight and tell 3 people. Come on, tell them. Come on. Feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm going to get my blessing. Tell 3 people. I get it. And I can feel. Shout again. Shout again.
Welcome back to the Congo Hour, and our next guest is the infamous Mr. Duffy. All of us know that name, right?
Everybody.
Everybody knows Duffy. That's a household term around here. And only because he always does such great things, and now Duffy has a celebrity basketball game coming up at your alma mater, Delaware State.
Delaware State.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Greatest school on earth.
Next to Old Domain University. It's gonna be great.
That's a junior school.
Oh, okay.
So tell us about your celebrity basketball tournament.
Well, our celebrity basketball game is this Saturday, August the 3rd at Delaware State University Memorial Hall. It's the doors open at 5. The tip-off's at 6:30. The price is $20 in advance, more at the door. VIP is $45. Courtside seats are $75.
What do you get with VIP? Why should we buy VIP?
You get a private meet and greet with the celebrities, and you get a reserved seating section.
Okay, all right. Now tell us about some of those fantastic celebrities.
Oh, you got the R&B sensation, Mario. You got the Grammy Award-winning Brandy. You also have Nick Young from the Los Angeles Lakers. You have 7th Streeter, R&B singer. You have Riley Cote from the Flyers. You have Vincent Ward from Walking Dead, Wesley Jonathan from Road Bounce. You have Trevor Jackson from Disney Channel Let It Shine. And you have Porter Mayberry, a street ball player.
That is so amazing. I just love the fact that you bring all these celebrities to Little Delaware. So Delawareans, we must support Duffy if we want to keep having these big names coming out to Delaware, because he does a fantastic job of bringing them out. Now also tell us about the Teen Summit prior to.
Well, the Teen Summit is that morning. Registration starts at 9 o'clock. The first session starts at 10, and it's at Del State and Martin Luther King Center. And that's free. To more information about that, go on HollywoodInvadesDelaware.org.
And the nice thing about that, Dad, you'll like that he has something for the kids and for the parents.
Parents, yes.
So I know you always want the parents educated as well.
So
You know, I'm really shocked that you did not call on. Probably, did you watch Channel 28 on Norman's show last Saturday?
Oh, with Sonny Hill?
No, Ted Blunt.
Ted Blunt.
He's
Ted said he's retired. He's not coming out there.
Oh, he's retired.
Yeah, he's retired. Yeah. We'll see Ted Friday night
Oh, okay.
at the awards reception that you'll be honored at, sir.
I understand.
Okay.
Well, I'm so glad that you had thought of Ted, because, I mean, he had Earl the Pearl on the.
Sure, yeah.
He's got great connections.
Yes, yes, sir.
Plus, they say he was good. You know, I don't know what for, but you know, he's quite a guy, and I just didn't know that Ted had that kind of talent.
Yeah.
Could have gone on to the Olympics, from what I understand.
Well, when I met Jesse Jackson several years ago, and he told me about Ted, he said, you know,
Jesse Jackson too.
Reverend
Okay.
Jesse Jackson talked highly about Ted, but his basketball skills.
Wow, and that's news to me as well. Now, I don't want to miss stuff, because I understand that you have a bus that'll go down for some people who need transportation. Oh, we didn't get it.
They
Man.
didn't get it.
Didn't
But if
get
they
it.
go to the Teen Summit and they have to stay all day for the
Mm-hmm.
Teen Summit and the basketball game, they have to register and let them know when they register that they need transportation, but it's limited space, so they can call West End, was it 658-4171.
In West End, if they go down early for
they
the
go
Teen
Summit
Summit and stay all day for the
the game.
Teen Summit, that'll get them transportation to
that's
Delaware
great.
State for the basketball game.
Yeah, we were trying to get more folks from up here to come down with transportation.
Is this your first year with the?
Down Delaware State.
First year, no, this is our 17-year all around doing basketball and softball.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
But this is the first time at Delaware State?
First time at Delaware State, yep.
okay.
Yeah, so, you know, you tell all your alumni to come on out and support, you know. Hornet
Well,
Nation.
I hope they're listening.
Yeah, I hope
They
so
can
too. See, the minors
send the
come out.
donations. Most people, but the older guys, it's the young guys that have been, because they graduated from Delaware State, became wealthy right away. And the old people, you know, we still didn't get the opportunities that were afforded to the young folks.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there who understand the importance and the value of what you're doing. And I think that it's very important that we and me, and not just run my mouth, but I hope that you will come and see me, and like I promised you, and see if I can't give you some kind of support. I try to duck you, but you catch me so many times.
Yeah, we got this on tape now too, so got this on tape.
And people have heard me, so I have to stick to it.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate it.
I must congratulate you on the hard work that you do and the important work that you do that Wilmington really needs. So see me and see what I can do to help out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll take that out of Kim's budget.
Oh, all right. I love the kids, so we got it. We got it. All right, Duffy, let's give one more shout out and give us all the days and times one more time for everybody listening.
This Saturday, August the 3rd, the game starts at 6:30, doors open at 5. For more information, you can call us at 302-652-3532, or you can visit our website at duffyshopeinc.org. The price is $20 in advance, more at the door. We have some VIP seats available, which is $45. We have 5 courtside seats, which are $75 available.
And real quick, with the Teen Summit, Brandy's going to talk about...
She's going to talk about her life experience in underage drinking.
Yes. So that's a really important message for everybody.
Yes.
So we want everybody to attend. Bring your kids out to the Teen Summit, and parents also get that support in the workshop that Duffy has for parents.
Definitely. So it'll be a wave. So the Delaware Prevention Coalition is doing a great job with the Teen Summit.
All right. Thank you. And we'll be right back for Sammy's Corner.
What are you here to say?
Famous people. Yeah, shake their hand and say hi to them.
David Archuleta, because he's been on a lot of TV shows. He was on iCarly and he was on American Idol.
I'm here to see David Archuleta because David Archuleta, he's a really good singer, and I think he would be good. He would be a good thing to see. That was just a short presentation. So yeah. Goodbye.
Josh Howard.
Why do you like Josh Howard?
Because he plays basketball.
You're so serious. No smile, nothing?
My Jay want to do it.
We're here today just to see the celebrities. My kids wanted to come to the basketball game. But we're just here to get some signatures and take some pictures and have a good time. We always have a good time at Duffy's Hope events. And we love Duffy for that.
I'm Emily Harmon, and I'm here to see David Archuleta because he's really sweet and he's just a good inspiration to everyone.
My name is Duffy Samuels, founder of Duffy's Hope, and we're here for a wonderful event in Sussex County, Duffy's Hope Celebrity Basketball Game, Hollywood invades Delaware. Well, it's very important because a lot of times, myself and other folks in the community leaders talk to the young people, and sometimes I don't think they hear us, but it's great when we can get people they see every day on TV, the actors, the actresses, the athletes, the entertainers come back into these events like this and come and talk to the young people. A lot of times the young people, they listen to them, they take the words that they're saying and they take it serious. You don't want to miss out on this, you just missed this event, so you definitely don't want to miss the next big event because it's going to be bigger and better.
We get ready to greet and meet the stars. Yeah, we're going to greet and meet.
Welcome back.
We are honored tonight to have the presence of, could I call you the historian? Because walking through your church, you began to pick up some very significant Black history. And so I guess I'm impressed with the effort that was made by the church to do that. But moreover, I'm so accustomed to call it the AUMP conference, but what conference is that? What church? I mean, how's the church?
Well, actually, we're an independent church now. We no longer belong to a denomination. Our church left the denomination in 1991, and I came to be pastor in 1998. And so we're an independent church, no longer belonging to, quote unquote, a conference. but we still have the designation of being the first independently incorporated African American church in the entire nation. And so before I go on talking, because I could keep talking and talking about the church and this great tradition, I just want to thank you all for allowing me to come on the show and inviting me to be here and talk about the Mother African Union Church and the August Quarterly Festival and the things that we're doing, because I believe that the black church has been so significant in the last 200 years. Perhaps the most revolutionary and long-standing organization that we have had in our community has been the church. And most people don't realize that it got its start right here in Wilmington, Delaware.
You know, I can remember just counting the days to become a part of the August Quarterly event. And it was an event back then. I mean, churches closed down to be a part of the August Quarterly. Almost, I guess our city almost closed down for that when I was coming along. And the streets were full, the alleys were full, the houses were full. People sold food out of their windows, and it was quite an event. And I guess I missed the old August Quarterly because it seemed so big and so massive. And I was a little guy then, but I can remember how things were shut down, and it was almost like a weekend event. And but you can tell us more about it.
Well, this year we're kind of reclaiming a little bit of that tradition. The Interdenominational Ministers Action Council, IMAC, under the leadership of Reverend Sylvester Beeman, he's calling for churches to do that once again, to find a way to close down and be a part of the August Quarterly Festival on August 24th and 25th, specifically August 25th. And of course, the August Quarterly Festival goes back to 1814 when it got its start, 200 August Quarterlies ago. And it was the celebration of the start of the Union Church of African Members, which started in 1813. And many people don't realize that the black church got its start right here in Wilmington, Delaware, when Peter Spencer started the Union Church of African Members in 1813. And it, as I said, it was the first independently incorporated African American church in the entire nation. And when he started that, we think he's the first or the original civil rights leader, if not certainly one of the first civil rights leaders, because he stood on the First Amendment to the United States Constitution for the freedom of speech, the freedom of assembly, that's the August Quarterly, and then the freedom of speech. And so he used the founding documents of the nation to establish this great church and also the August Quarterly in 1814.
Probably in some kind of short order. There was a reason that he established this church. Could you kind of quickly?
Well, of course, during that time, the early 19th century, we were still in the throes of this period of slavery. And he was establishing a kind of sense of humanity and dignity for African Americans who were not even second-class citizens at that particular time, but all African Americans were considered slaves, whether they were slave or free. They still had the slave status. And standing on the documents of the founding of our nation, the Declaration of Independence that says all men and women are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, and to these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. He was a very strong believer in that particular document. And then also, as I said, he used the First Amendment to the United States Constitution to start a church, and then a year later to establish this gathering. I mean, that's a revolutionary concept for black folk to gather out in the public square in 1814 and say, we have a right to be here and we have a right to celebrate in our own way. It happened to be religion that they were celebrating, or it happened to be their faith, but it's a much bigger concept than just us coming together to have a prayer meeting.
Now, was it somewhere along the way that that the African American people were forced to worship in the balcony or something? And well, that's not the same.
Well, of course, that segregation and different means of segregation were happening. African Americans were forced to worship in the balcony. They weren't allowed to participate in communion in the church. He first was a member of the Asbury Church down at 3rd and Walnut Street. And he left there and started the Ezian Church in 1805. But when he started the Ezian Church, he remained a part of the Methodist Episcopal Church, which was the larger white denomination or the larger white conference. And then what happened was, after 8 years, they found that they still were not able to determine for themselves who their leaders would be, what they would do as a church, how they would worship, those kinds of things. So that's when he launched out to start the Union Church of African Members. So yes, there was segregation. They were segregated from the larger population in the church.
And this was during slavery times.
It was during slavery times.
And the slave owners permitted the slaves to come to Wilmington. Is that how that went?
That's a phenomenal part of the August Quarterly story, because as the years went on, people who held men and women captive, I don't like to call people slaves because that kind of dehumanized, in my estimation, it kind of dehumanized them. But they allowed them to go free for the weekend. And they would come to Wilmington and be a part of this celebration. Now, I assume that what they would do is they would let one part of the family go to Wilmington and hold another part back. And if they didn't return, something would happen to those who were still there. And so people would return to their slavers. But while they were here, an interesting part of the history is they would meet up with conductors of the Underground Railroad like Harriet Tubman and station masters like Thomas Garrett, and they would plan future escapes. So they would go back unbeknownst to their slave captors, and they would be planning future escapes. So it has all these, August Quarterly has all these different facets of freedom. That's, first of all, the freedom of religion, the freedom of our sense of humanity, the freedom to be together as family. It has all these different aspects of freedom tied to it.
That's great. I mean, and now we can celebrate on what date is that we're going?
Well, the August Quarterly Festival is really the weekend of August 24th and 25th. We have a parade planned on the 24th. We have activities in the park on the 24th and 25th. Also, Reverend Johnny Ray Youngblood out of Brooklyn, New York, is bringing a dramatic presentation down that's going to be on the stage on the 24th. He's going to be the preacher on the 25th. So the festival itself is the 24th and 25th. But leading up to the festival, we have the August Quarterly Festival Revival, but also this year we're going to be doing a lot of teaching, telling about what it means, what the significance of it. We've got some great people coming in. I'm excited that Reverend Jeremiah Wright's going to be one of the preachers. He's closing out the revival this year. We have Reverend Freddie Haynes coming from Dallas, Texas. He's going to be here. Reverend Ann Lightner Fuller is going to be here. Also, on Friday the 23rd, we have what we call the Jubilee Conference. And Reverend Lewis Baldwin is coming in, and he's going to be the primary speaker. And he's kind of the primary biographer of Peter Spencer. But also, he wrote or edited 9 books about Martin Luther King. And so he really knows about this whole sense of civil rights and freedom and the church and understanding. And I'm looking forward to what he's going to bring to us on the 23rd of August.
And where will that be held?
Well, on the 23rd of August, the Jubilee Conference will be at Easy and Mount Carmel Church. at 8th and Walden. And of course, that's the first church that Peter Spencer was the pastor of, the Easian Church. And so that's where the Jubilee Conference is going to be held this year.
It sounds like a very interesting week.
It's going to be an exciting week. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to celebrate, of course, our freedom. I pray that we'll be challenged to do some things because, of course, as a community, we have a number of challenges ahead of us. Well, these are the kind of things and the kind of events that kind of recall us back to a sense of accountability and a sense of solidarity in the community. And so we're looking forward to that as well.
That sounds great. We're running out of time, and I've got 20 more questions for you.
Which means you'll have to come back again and give us some more and keep letting our viewers get excited and educated. I look forward to bringing my kids out. It's always an opportunity to learn and to bring as many people as possible out to get that education.
We're going to have a large children's area this year
great.
On the 24th and 25th.
Okay.
So I hope your children really enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Well, thank you, Doc. And,
well, thank you. Thank you.
We're going to still be great supporters of August Quarterly because it means so much to me. I've kind of all my life been in the conference, so I've been a part of the activities, but not to the extent that it is great as it is going to be this time. So I'm encouraging everybody to witness what August Quarterly was 50 years ago.
That's right, to bring it back.
Amen.
Thank you, and please stand by. We'll be right back with our funeral announcements.
All alone, mind, body, and soul. Why don't you take me? Wait a minute. Wait. You see, you saved my soul from a burning hell. Oh, yes, you did. And now, right now, I'm so glad I can tell. Yeah. Yes, I do. I really do. Yeah. Sure enough, I do. Yeah. Yours all alone. Hey, band, break me down. Break me down. See, you're the spirit that lets me sleep at night. Then I wake up early in the morning, knowing everything's gonna be all right. Oh, yes I do. I do. I do, yeah. Oh. Wait a minute, yours all. Wait a minute. I came to Jesus. Oh. Just as I was. I was weary. I was worn. Oh, I was so sad, so sad. But I found in Him sweet old resting place. Anybody else found that place? From that day to this one, the Lord has made me glad. Y'all help me sing right here.
Good night. Hello. We have our funeral announcements here. First, we have Miss Patricia Crawley, age 64, departed this life July 22nd. Her memorial service will be held 11 a.m. Monday, July 29th at Congo Funeral Home, 2317 North Market Street, with a family visitation from 10:30 to 11. Yes. And we have Mr. Lester Greer, age 63, departed this life on July 14th. His memorial service will be held 11 a.m. Saturday, August 3rd at the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses, 149 Landers Lane in Newcastle. We also have Mr. Rudolph Sessoms, age 74, departed this life Friday, August 2nd, and his funeral service will be announced at a later date. We also had services on Friday for Mr. Damir Khalid, age 26. He departed this life on July 21st. As I said, his funeral services were held Friday at Congo Funeral Home, and his burial will be on Tuesday at Haven Memorial Cemetery. We had services Saturday for Miss Siette Coleman, age 52. She departed this life July 21st. Her memorial services were also held on Saturday at the Chase Center, Riverfront in Wilmington. Services for Miss Lavinia Madrick, age 24, departed this life July 12th, and her funeral services will be announced. Funeral services for Mr. Percival Grant, age 42, who departed this life on July 25th, will also be announced at a later date. Funeral services for Mr. Damian Heyman, age 28, who departed this life July 21st. Services will be announced at a later date. Services for Mr. Delmas Neal, age 56, who departed this life yesterday, July 27th. His services will also be announced at a future date. Funeral services for baby Jeremiah Hawkins, age 7 months, who departed this life July 17th, will be held Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Congo Funeral Home, 2317 North Market Street, with a viewing from 5 to 6:45 and a burial at Grace Lawn Memorial Park. We also would like to announce the passing of Mr. Leon Lacey, age 76. He passed today. His services will be announced at a later date. And Miss Mary Young, age 76, who passed yesterday. Her services will also be announced at a later date. On another note, we have some birthdays. And I'd like to say happy birthday to Miss Josephine Thomas. And I don't know how old Aunt Josephine is. However, I know this is her first birthday she had yesterday without her sister, who passed last year, my godmother, Miss Lily Johnson. Happy birthday. And I'd also like to announce happy birthday to my goddaughter, Miss Kiasha Comager. I don't know how old Key is, but I know her younger sister had her 29th birthday on Friday. And we have a few community announcements I would like to have here. We have we're going to do a couple of things here. Book bag giveaway and community outreach will take place Saturday, August 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll be blocking off the street. It will be at, I'm trying to ride through here. Christian Worship Gibson. How about I see everything but the location? I'm sorry, you guys. We're going to have to definitely come back and announce this again because I see everything but the location of the book bag giveaway. We also have a young adult party August 2nd at the Edgemoor Community Center. Doors open at 7 p.m. 17 and younger. That's a nice thing. $10 cover charge, so come on out and have a good time. For more information, please call 981-1904. Little Miss Hispanic Family Fun Day and Walk will be held Sunday, August 11th from noon to 6 p.m. at Banning Park, 100 Middleborough Road in Wilmington. For more information, contact Iris Torres at 494-7014. And on that same note, please save the date for the Little Miss Hispanic pageant, which will be held Saturday, August 31st. And please contact again Iris Torres for information on advertising. And that's our show. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. Please stand by for Mr. Norman Oliver. And you're very welcome. That's right, of course. We're a team. And I enjoyed being your hostess tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to come back again. Thanks again for watching the Congo Hour.